皆さんこんにちは。Let's Learn Japanese Episode 5へようこそ。今日もよろしくお願いします。今日も一生懸命に頑張りましょう。Welcome everybody to Episode 5 of Let's Learn Japanese. We have a lot to cover this episode. I won't be going over what we did in the previous one because of the sheer amount of content. And actually, I will tell you right now that we will not get through the single sentence because it is so packed with some vocabulary, but mostly lots of grammar stuff. So strap up your seatbelts and get ready because this is going to be a bit of a wild ride. But it should be fun. Alright. So without further ado, I'm going to read the whole sentence. And so if you're curious and you want to jump ahead and try and figure it out on your own, go ahead, be my guest. But I will only be doing the first third of the sentence because there is so much meaning packed into there. So here we go. 身体を用いて技を深めていけば、必然的に意識の動きというものに気がつくようになり、自然に精神的な領域に入っていくことになる。So one more time. I'll try and go slower. 身体を用いて技を深めていけば、必然的に意識の動きというものに気がつくようになり、自然に、精神的な領域に入っていくことになる。So today we will only be doing the first part. 身体を用いて技を深めていけば。That's it. That's all we're going to do because there is so much meaning packed into this. There's actually 3 conjugations on one verb because Japanese is beautifully complicated like that. Okay, so first, a couple of vocabulary words for you today. Just a few. Again, because the grammar is really complicated today, so we'll go easy on the vocabulary. 用いる. And no, this does not mean that you need a rice cake. Terrible joke, I know. 用いる. To utilize, to make use of. Could also be translated as use, but this is, well, it's kind of like use and utilize in English. Use is just a very simple, concrete way to say that you're using something, but you can say utilize when you're talking about things that are a little bit more complicated, or if you just want to sound smart. Same thing with 用いる versus 使う, to use. Alright, 使う, because we're going to talk about this. We're going to use 使う, or 使います, later for an example. Okay. So that's one of the vocabulary words today, 用いる, to utilize or make use of. 身体, the physical body, we already went over that. And, alright, 身体を用いて, so making use of the physical body, making use of your body. 技を深めていけば. Okay, so 技. Another vocabulary word for you today, 技. Which means technique or skill. So that one is a very useful one. And when you're talking about things like martial arts or any other skill-based discipline, it's very likely that you will come across this word. Technique, art, skill. Okay, 技. Very useful word. And then we have the last vocabulary word for today. It's only 3 words because the grammar is really complicated. You may have seen this adjective before. 深い. And that means deep. But did you know that you can turn this one into a verb? 深める. That's the 実証 form. 実証形. fukameru, which means to deepen, to heighten, to intensify. So make something more intense, make something stronger. So in this case, he says, waza o fukamete ikeba. So waza, technique, fukameru, to deepen. So to deepen your technique, a little bit strange use of words there, but that's just another way that you could say strengthening your technique, intensifying your technique, making it better in the sense of martial arts. Okay, now we're at the complicated part. Because he says, let's see, maybe, okay, it might be better to do it the other way around. Before we talked about tsukaimasu, to use something. Today we're going to explore the conditional form of a verb in Japanese, which is like this. Tsukau, tsukaeba. So the changes to e, and then you put ba at the end. This is the conditional form. If you use that, then something, 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 something. So it's used for if-then statements. それを使えば強くなる. If you use that, then you'll become stronger, or something like that. And just a few other examples, so that you can wrap your head around this one. 飲む, to drink. And then, if you want to make it conditional, 飲む, no me ba. So, mu becomes me, and then you put ba on the end. If you drink that, you will die. I don't know. Terrible example, sorry. You could say, ウイスキーを飲めば早く酔えます. If you drink whiskey, you'll get drunk fast. As an example. Just shows what I've got on my brain, I guess. Alright, moving on. So that's conditional form. You take the jisho form, 使う, 飲む, and you change the last hiragana, う, む, す, つ, く, whatever it is, to e. So the grouping of sounds to the e grouping of sounds. So like kiku, to listen. If you want to change that to potential form, it would be kikeba. So ku becomes ke, and then you put ba at the end. If you listen to that, you will go crazy. I don't know. So that's conditional form for if-then statements. Very useful. But he's not just using conditional form. So he's saying, okay, I'll write down the basic form. Fukameru. And then he's doing te form. I think almost everybody knows te form. Te form is very useful. Fukamete. Fukamete iru. Te form is something that you can use to join two sentences together. Nonde tabete neru. Drink, eat, and sleep. Or something like that. Or you can use te form. Just change the last character to te for saying something like, it is, like, tabeteiru, he has eaten, or he is eating, or something like that. And I will get into that later. Teiru does not mean verb plus ing in every case. If I forget, someone please remind me that I promised that I would explain teiru later. Because I made so many mistakes because I thought I understood it, and I was wrong about it. Tabeteiru does not always mean eating. Like eat plus ing. It's easy to think that because it's very similar to the continuous form in English, but it does not mean the same thing in all cases. So I promise I will talk about that later, and if I forget, someone please remind me. Okay. But moving on. So fukameru, to deepen, fukamete, te form, and then here's a new conjugation for you. Fukamete iku. Fukamete iku. So that is like the te kita verb form that we ran into in the previous episodes, where you emphasize the fact that there was a change of state from one condition to another, and you're focusing on the process in between going from A to B. So the example, narete kita. So kuru becomes kita in the past tense form, and then you put that onto the end of a verb in te form, nareru, narete, narete kita. I got used to it, and you're emphasizing the fact that it was a process. It didn't happen instantly or all at once. It took some time. Narete kita. Now we're going te form plus iku, present tense, future tense form of go, to go. Narete iku, or, but yeah, that's a good example. Narete iku. You'll get used to it. So now we're talking going from the present into the future. Whereas when you have te form plus kita, that's talking about from the past up to the present moment. So narete kita, I got used to it. Narete iku, you will get used to it. And it's emphasizing the fact that it will be a process. It will be gradual. In general, that's how I understand the difference between te kita and te iku. Te kita, past to the present. Te iku, present going into the future. Then, so that's already te form, te iku. Then he adds the conditional form that we talked about before. Fukamete ikeba. So the ku changes to ke, and then you put ba. So fukameru, to deepen. Fukamete, te form. Fukamete iku, to continue to deepen something. In this case, the technique. Waza o fukamete iku. And then he changes it to conditional form. Waza o, your technique. Fukamete ikeba. If you continue to develop your technique or deepen your technique, then something else will happen. So that was a lot of grammar all back. This is one word, by the way. One word. With 3 conjugations on the end of it. Isn't Japanese so fun? And that's all we will do today, because the rest of the sentence is almost equally as complicated, and this is already getting pretty long, and I don't want to take up too much of your time all at once. So you're just going to have to tune in next week to hear the rest of the breakdown of the sentence. Thank you again for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing all of you, every last one of you, here again next week as we continue to go through this sentence. And of course, if you have any questions about the stuff we talked about, or if there's something that I didn't explain that you want me to explain, let me know. See you next time. Cheers.